Man, the Scat Man.
You played the Scat Man today, and I only remember that part of the song, but it permeated my brain in the 90s. I didn't know there was verses. I decided it was just all that that repetitive beat in that repetitive. It was a 70-year-old fucking man.
Yeah, he was old. Scatman John.
Southern California. And then he had a follow-up called Scatman's World.
Yeah.
Which, what the fucking why?
You know, the 90s were a really interesting time. You had songs like Scatman, Hook by Blues Traveler. You had I'm Blue by Eiffel 65.
Blue, and then in parentheses, Abadi Abadai.
That's right.
Yeah.
You had these songs that in a modern world...
The hat on the microphone.
would not hold up, man. So we listened to The Scatman by The Scatman.
Scatman John.
Scatman John. And, you've heard the... That's stuck in your brain forever.
Yeah.
But there's verses
that don't really make any sense.
But he's like rapping?
What is this song? What
it's
is
called
this?
The Scatman.
Oh, yeah, you're a youngster.
Dylan knows the song.
I know the song. I don't know
It's
what
just called
There it is.
Scatman right there.
Bam,
First thing.
top.
The fucking fedora on a microphone.
Yeah, great album art.
I'm getting that tattooed on me tomorrow.
It's very Honkin' on Bobo-esque, but different. That's a
Right.
sweet font. Anyways, yeah, everybody knows the choruses.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't have that channel recording. Sorry, dude.
I can't even hear it.
Yeah, it's not coming through the PA.
I mean,
or the
worse
recorder.
things could be happening
Yeah.
right now. So
Let me just sing it from the top here.
No,
he has the choruses, but there's verses, and he's kind of like rapping. I wouldn't call it scatting.
No, I would call it what our dear friend in the Christian world we talk about all the time. He's the Contender. The way he raps.
Yeah, look, a Carmen-esque delivery.
Carmen-esque delivery of rap, except he's not so heartfelt about it. Just it's all kind of lazy.
Well, the message of the song is just like, hey, if the scat man can do it, brother, so can you. Everybody's scatting around the world. I'm the master of scat. I love scat. I watch scat. I eat scat. I breathe scat. And I don't know if maybe when I was young, we just weren't as warped as we are now, but I never made the poop connection with the song The Scat Man.
Right. I don't think
Was scat a thing in the 90s?
I'm sure in Germany, sure.
Yeah.
It was a big thing. I don't know if scat really made its way across the pond, so to speak.
well, Korn did it, right? For like a second.
It was Scattish.
That's his name, right? Korn?
Yeah.
The lead singer?
Jonathan Korn.
Jonathan Corner Thomas?
It was a Jonathan the Scatman Thomas.
I believe we're talking about two different kinds of scat here, fellas. I think there's the vocal styling scat, and then there's also the styling of
pornography,
where one would defecate upon another person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about.
No.
There is a genre of adult films called scat porn.
No, I'm familiar with that.
Oh, okay.
But you're also
that's
familiar
not what
with
I'm talking
But
about.
are you familiar with the vocal jazz styling scat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Both scats we got on the table. We both know what they are.
And dare I say they're both equally as weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And distasteful.
I totally agree.
I don't know. I feel like you can tastefully shit on one's chest.
But here's the thing. Both take no talent.
True.
Again, I don't know, man.
You're just kind of pushing things out.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, but
you're putting things out of the world that people don't necessarily want to see or hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when you scat, you don't hold it in. You don't sit there with a half scat.
And you don't. The point of scat is you don't know what's going to come out.
Right.
Much like when you shit, you don't know what's going to come out.
What if somebody asks you to shit on their chest, but
Scat.
you're constipated?
Oh.
So like you do, but it's only in like deer poops.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
it's like that's
Just
like
little
that's
boop,
It's like
the
getting
scat
shot with a BB gun.
It's a scat version of whiskey dick or limp dick.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. I'm sorry. It's never happened.
But we got a big shoot today. You ruined it.
You ruined it.
Director throws his camera up in the air.
Well, then you take like X-Lax, right?
Something. Get some Del Taco.
Yeah.
Drink a coffee.
X-Lax is to scatting on someone's chest what Viagra is to just putting your dick in something.
Right. Or what a cough drop is for the Scatman John style.
Oh, gotta have
scat.
that.
Yeah.
Or a nice honey tea.
Yeah, it gets really raw.
Yeah. All that scatting.
We're going to get right to the show, but first, a few commercials. boyspodcast.com. It's a hub of all things boys. There you will find links to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as a golden donate button.
Boys is available on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, everywhere, virtually everywhere podcasts are found. You can find us there. Leave a review on iTunes. Let us rise up to the ranks and the iTunes place.
The charts.
Top in the charts. Subscribe, people, subscribe. And as Rob said, donate.
What is our charts?
Where do we rank?
No, like what
are we
is
charting?
What is our
Who
genre,
charted?
I guess.
A podcast, just comedy podcast.
Comedy podcast.
Yeah, or maybe just podcast. I don't know. I need to look into that. I need to realign.
Scat Jazz. That's what we're on iTunes.
Scatcast.
Yep.
Scatcast.
We just do the whole episode like this.
After we do that, if you like it, email us at boyspodcast.com. Shoot us some feedback and get some of these wicked stickers. They circled and Matt. And they say boys on it.
And they're beautiful.
They're beautiful.
Thank you to our sponsors, anthembrewing.com. Just you drink an Anthem and you just got a scat. Thanks, guys and gals for sticking with us from the very beginning. We really appreciate y'all. Fatbison.com, maker of high-quality wooden signs. You need a sign that says...
Here's your sign.
Here's your sign. You need a sign that says Scatman parking only.
Oh.
You know? Yeah. Call him up. Go to his website, fatbison.com. He makes beautiful, beautiful signs, beautiful furniture, beautiful trinkets for your home. And he's a good friend of the show. So if you tell him boys sent you, you get a little scat off the top there.
A little scat off the top. Lastly, thank you for the donations, the feedback, the love. Speaking of the email you just said, we got a nice email from a fella named Nick Brandt. It goes as follows.
Is that two first names? Nick Brandt?
Brandt.
My bad, Nick Brandt.
He says, listen, my guy. Great way to start.
Hell yeah.
Don't ever change. Period. And then space. I haven't found another podcast that carries the same kind of bullshittery in a good way as Boys Pod. I look forward to tuning out my boss with you every Friday. When I'm feeling frisky, I even go down the rabbit hole of episodes pre-Dylan. Meaning, that's a long way down. You've been on for the past 100 episodes, right? No.
I don't know.
No, 40? 50? He's been on quite a few, since 90-something. Anywho, I have no real criticisms, but I've been listening to it for a long time, and I figured it was that time. Looking for them classy boy stickers for my pedal board case. Put his physical address on the bottom, as you should.
Yes.
So, Nick Brandt, expect them stickies in the mail, my friend.
Thanks, Nick. Lastly, thank you all. Whether you write us or not, you listen, we see those listens just rolling in like scat on a chest, you know? You just count the pebbles. I don't know. I'm
count the pebbles.
Insane. Thank you for listening. On with the show.
I got an idea for a movie, and it goes like this.
Wait, real quick.
Oh,
real quick.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. A little bit of
Monica in your life?
Yeah.
Almost scat.
And that's it. That's all I wanted. I'm kidding. I know you listen to boys. If you listen to Creepo's Creep Show, the 28th of this month, see me and my other friends from the Creepo's Creep Show podcast at Paramount Screening Room. We're going to be showing My Bloody Valentine 3D in 3D. We'll be providing the glasses. We're gonna watch this movie, good or bad, whatever you decide. And then we're going to be doing a live podcast after, like 30 minutes. So that's it. And then we will have our zine there as well. The zine is not free. The zine is $5. It's called Creepo's Peep Show. We have some local artists. Yeah, we have some local artists that are going to be in the zine. Some short stories, a short story, and some arts and crafts with Camille. It's going to be very cute. But yeah, there's going to be a bunch of stuff in there. So
cool.
Yeah, that's it for me.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
come see the boys. Come see the creeps.
Yeah.
Come see us all.
The creepy boys.
The creepy boys. We'll all be there. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
I'm proud of you, dude. And yeah, check out Dylan's podcast,
Thanks.
man. Creepo's Creep Show. It's awesome. You're doing a good thing, man. I like it.
Thank you.
Will you do an episode on the Scat Man?
You
I know
what?
it's a horror themed show, but his videos are pretty scary.
I bet. Hey, you know what? And if I can find some scandalous shit where he like shits on people, that's not scandalous, but
All right,
it's weird.
quick horror movie trivia, and then we'll get on with the meat of the show.
Meat. This was the taters.
Yeah, this was the bun. This was the 2 buns, the little scat in between.
Oh God.
Has there ever been a horror movie where the killer was a scat man?
Oh.
Like, which scat though? Poo poo or
Either. No, shit.
shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like has Leatherface ever like cut somebody in half and then shat upon them?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I want to start doing my own little short films. So maybe you and I can sit down one day and we can write out a 10-minute short film where the killer shits on people's chests.
Oh, I believe there was an American Horror Story episode or story arc about a jazz man who... I'm not sure. I don't watch that show. I don't watch a lot of television.
Yeah.
But yeah, next Thursday. So this episode, yeah. This coming Thursday.
Yeah.
28th. Check it out.
This is going to be fun. I would love to see your bright and shiny, smiling faces there. Or you can just be mad. I don't know. Just be there. It'll be fun.
Don't sit in the splash zone, though.
The Scat Zone.
Now on with the show. Okay, so it's a special day.
It is a special day. Hey, ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, guys. It is my birthday. The night we're recording this anyways. By the time this comes out, I will just be days into my 38th trip around the sun.
How does it feel to be 38?
Sore.
Do you feel 40 creeping in?
No, dude. I'm young at heart, man.
I feel the same way.
I'm over here raiding women, scatting, offending.
Yeah.
Just making America great again.
Oh.
So,
Oh, man.
no, it feels great.
Yeah.
I don't feel my age mentally, but I feel my age plus some.
Feel it in my knees.
Here's the thing, though.
The back.
I thought that too a few weeks ago. Dylan and I, well, almost a month ago now, we share the same birthday. Dylan turned 6?
Yep.
And I turned 36. He's 10 years younger than me, but I feel
exactly. To the day.
To the, like, almost.
Wait, what time were you born?
Shit. My mom told me. I think it was like 2:03 p.m. or something
Right after
like
his
that.
mom's morning
Okay.
shit.
I was born at like 11.
Right after a sweet coffee dump. Maybe I was the scat that came out. I wasn't maybe supposed to be there.
The scat that
The
lived.
scat that lived. The Josh Montgomery story.
Ugh.
No, we played in a band together. I feel like we're on the same level. We're 10 years
Yeah.
apart. I feel like I'm about 25, 26 mentally. Physically, probably more like 36,
Yeah.
37. But I think about, I always tie back to like my dad. Like, did my dad start getting aches and pains at my age? Or what? But he seemed way older.
Yeah. I think about that too. I'm 38 now,
Mm-hmm.
like right now. And not yesterday, but now.
Now.
But
Right fucking now.
when I was young, you know, I was born, my parents were young when they had me.
Right.
I remember when my dad turned 30 and I thought, dude, you're old, you're 30. Because I remember my dad, like when I was really young, he was in his 20s, you know, and
Yeah.
that's a young dad.
That's a real young dad.
That's a young dad.
And then he turned 40. And then he turned 50. And that's really, the mortality's really kicking in.
How old were you when your dad turned 40?
I don't know. I can't do the math. He was born in 58. I was born in 81.
Okay.
So I don't know, man.
I was wondering, like, what stage you were like,
Oh, I was like in my 20s.
okay.
Yeah. I was in my 20s.
Nice.
So yeah, I don't know, man. Like I feel blessed with being young at heart.
Yeah,
But-
I think that helps. And not having kids, because, I mean, your dad had you and your sister. Any other kids? Just those two kids.
Two and clipped, my friend.
dad was an aged man. He had, by the time I came around, he had already had 2 daughters from a previous failed ass marriage. And he thought he was done. He was like, I'm fucking done with that shit. And then, you know, meets my, what doesn't meet my mom, kind of marries my mom who had a kid, my brother, and then me. And then, you know, by that time you're just like, he was like 30 fucking something when he met my mom.
Yeah.
Like got married, like young dude, but I've already weathered, already like set it in, like this is me.
Yeah.
Like that's his mindset.
Right.
Whereas you and I, we didn't have to have that mindset. We could be forever young. No kids in tow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or you start late, man.
Or you start late in the game.
Start late.
I think that's a good thing to do. It keeps you mentally, I guess. It's one of those catch-22 things, though, because like you said, body aches and pains. You can't do all the things that you want a cat's cradle, man.
I can. They're more taxing now. And you know,
Right.
I'm not like super out of shape, but I'm also not the epitome of health. I'm right smack dab in the middle.
You're just middle of the road.
I'm just Rob, man. I'm just Rob. But no, it's exciting, dude. Like I kind of freaked out a couple weeks ago, and a small freak out. Just like, dang, one step closer to 40.
Was it a late night one
40.
where you're like laying in bed?
It
Yeah.
was. It was. But no, it's cool, dude. I like birthdays. You get them once a year, man, whether you like to or not. So
Hopefully you get one.
Dude,
well, yeah.
It was
To
weird.
a point.
It was weird for me too. Like, I mean, I only turned 26, but
I thought it was weird for you to see Rob turn.
yeah,
30.
it was wild to see Robbie turn.
Still no gray hair.
38. Yeah,
That you're a lucky duck.
but like my birthday was like I'm in my late 20s now. It was wild. I
Yeah,
was
dude.
Like, God damn it!
But
That
see,
happened so fast.
But I'm glad you had that realization. When I would turn 26, I didn't. Well, I was still going to the bar a lot
Mhm.
and living that wild and crazy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Did not even have the fortitude to think ahead. But I think 27 was when 28 was like, you know what? Like when I started going back to school, or started actually going to school, get my head straight.
Yeah, man. I got to make something.
Gotta
I gotta
do
scatter it off the pot. You know?
100%.
See, I feel like I'm already at the point where I'm like, I have done nothing and I will do nothing. Like,
Hey, but there's happiness in being content with whatever you choose to do. You know, whether
Accepting it. Yeah.
whether you go to school right out of or out of high school, go to college right out of high school, or you wait, or you go back, or you don't go at all. It's like, man, if you're happy with that, no matter what it is, that's a good feeling.
well, I'm not.
Oh, you're not happy with
No,
it.
I feel like I've done things. You know, I've done some stuff. I went to college. I have a degree, but I just don't feel like those things matter, I guess. I'm just like, and then I have to think back and be like, you have done cool shit.
Yeah.
Stop thinking that you haven't done anything. Because, like, I'm not going to brag on myself, but, like, I've done cool stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But I always have to remind myself, like, hey, man, you've done cool things.
See, I have to remind myself that don't look back, because it's so fucking weird. I think we talked about it on the show before about like church signage out front that always has something stupid like God answers an email or whatever.
Right.
There's a church down the street, and every time I drive by it, I'm like, fuck yeah. All it says on it is, don't look back. That's not where you're heading. I'm like, fuck yeah.
I would much prefer to read an inspirational quote
Yeah.
on one of those, like, whatever they call those little paste up billboards, whatever.
Yeah.
Put the letters in like you're at Brahms.
Yeah,
or something.
then seeing like, Jesus sees what you're doing, or some crazy Christian shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be creeped out driving to work in the morning.
I don't want to feel guilty, but that's saying like, hey man, don't think about that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this, man, kind of going back a second. I feel like my life has gotten cooler in the last couple of years in the bird's eye view, zoomed out sort of way. Just like, I don't know, got a cool job. I got a cool chick. I got a house. I got a podcast. I got things I like to do, interests. And I think I found some solace in being boring. Because for the longest time, it wasn't FOMO, as the kids call it. It was just like, because I never felt like I was missing out. I just felt like, oh man, like you get guff from people,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're not out, didn't seen you in a while. It's like, yeah, dude, I'm just kind of drinking at home, like I'm doing.
Well, no, I
Doing
totally,
my thing,
I totally understand what you're saying. Like, because my time out is like, I work at a bar, so I see. I see. I mean, I used to do that shit all the time. Go out, and every now and then I have that thought of, we should have more like people over and like friends and stuff. And like that last house was big. And like we could throw like parties and stuff. We're not gonna do that. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put in fucking PJs at fucking 8:00 at night, eat pizza, drink a beer, and watch an entire season of a show because that's far more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Than going to a place and seeing friends. That's fine.
Oh, I could imagine it's especially so if you work in that industry.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I don't really care about going out that much. I'll go to events like live podcast tapings or a concert, comedy show, something like that. But like, I just and this is not coming from like feeling superior about it. It's just literally like I just don't really have fun at bars anymore.
Yeah.
Now, if me and Dylan or me and you or all of us or me and Matt or somebody like we're gonna go grab a beer and catch up, that's great. But like the party,
like to close a bar down,
it's just it's just not for me anymore. And I did that for so long. It's just like I'm in a different point in my life. But that solace of kind of like figuring out that that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like these days, my head is on the pillow at 8:45 p.m.
on a Friday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, Fridays, like, I like going to bed early because I'm so used to getting up early for work. And now that we have, a child in the picture and jobs that we have to get up early for, it's like, I get up in the morning now. It's still hard to get out of bed. I don't rise and shine, as they say.
You don't toss the sheets back and go, good morning, world.
You get one of those morning stretches, No, but I get up and like I get ready and then I'll play guitar for 20 minutes before I leave.
Yeah.
And that's like a good way to start the day.
Dude, I've been thinking about this lately, like getting up an hour early. Oh, but an hour, fuck it, just get up an hour early, get ready, get 100% ready, and then find a local like restaurant in your area that's open like at 5 a.m. Go sit down and have like a small little breakfast and have a cup of coffee there once a week.
That sounds nice.
Like
it's good for the brain.
Yeah, just experience something new.
Yeah.
I don't know, that it seems nice. My thing with that is like it's not the not going out thing. It's and my wife. We'll talk about it a lot. It's like we don't have any like what happened to like friends. Like I think that was like something for your 20s. Like you find a new family and that's everything, and then that kind of dies out. And then what are you left with? You're left with. I mean, it's almost Buddhist, like Zen, like know thyself. Like you better be fucking comfortable with you. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's really just going to be you for the most part.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean? That's what I feel like I'm working on right now. Like, I feel like me saying that, like, I'm not content was not really that, like, true. Because, like, right now I'm doing a lot of things that, like, when I take a step back and I'm, like try and focus on, like, the good stuff, which has been a lot easier to do lately. Like, I'm just like, oh, I'm doing, like, all the stuff that I would like to do. Like, I like my job. Like, I could get, I don't know, I would like to just have one job instead of two jobs, but working on that. But, like, I feel like I do miss going out because, like, I don't know, I want to, like, meet somebody, and I can't really, like, do that, hang out at the house. But at the same time, I don't really know if I want to, like, meet somebody at a bar.
Right.
But then at the same time, it's like, I don't really, like, go out and, like, do stuff just because I just don't really like to do, like, I don't know. I went to the mall the other day and it was fucking ridiculous. I was like, hey man, we're on the third story of this mall and I can't really promise you that if I pushed you down that I would feel anything. Like, you're just kind of in the way and I got to piss real bad and the bathroom is on the third floor, like, it's on the first floor. I hate it. And like, I was going there trying to find like parts of an outfit for these events that I'm going to be doing. And like, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to pop in there at fucking Quell Springs. Like, nope. But I didn't know. I don't think I've ever been to Quell Springs by myself until then.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have anyone being like, hey, this is what time it is.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I've been gone for like 4 hours. Like, this is insane. Like, half my day is gone. This sucks.
I feel you.
But did it suck? I've done that before, like, for the longest time. If you would have grabbed me at like 25 and were like, hey, you have to go eat at this restaurant by yourself, and I'm like, fuck you, I don't do anything by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And you know this, Robbie, for the longest time I'd always try to drive Robbie out, like, hey, come do this thing. I can't. Just go by yourself, dude. I'm like, I'm not gonna go eat by myself. That's lonely. Now I fucking love it. Going to the mall by myself, you do a little treat for yourself, and then you walk into a mall, and you will lose yourself for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Not even. I went to a mall for 3 hours and didn't buy a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I enjoy that too. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, like, it wasn't being at the mall by myself that was like the issue, because honestly, that was tight. Because I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to the stores that I want to go to. I'm gonna spend as much time there as I want.
Did it feel like you were being dropped off when you were like 13?
It didn't, because
$5
when you're like 13, I'm like, that was always so funny when you're like 13, 14, and your friends are like, let's go to the mall, and you're like, okay, well, I don't have any money. So I'm going to ask my grandparents for $10. And like, and like, you're not getting anything in the mall for $10 unless you're going to like the candy store.
Right.
No, you scrimp hard. You make that $10 laugh.
Or you just like fucking steal stuff. Oh my God.
I mean,
that's another option. Yes.
It's an option.
Yeah. I only did that once, but I like did it to be cool. It's like, I'm going to steal something from Hot Topic. I got a bracelet, but it's like, what the fuck?
That's what I did as a kid. I would get $10 to go to the mall, and how I acquired my band t-shirt collection was the Spencer's clearance rack, because all their clearance t-shirts were $9.
Nice.
And I had $10 and some change in my pocket, and every week I would just get a new one. I like this one. I'll have to come back next week for this one because all I got is fucking $10.
Yeah. Red Hot Chili Peppers or Rage Against the Machine?
I actually bought.
Which one?
I bought a Red Hot Chili Pepper shirt on clearance because it was like $3.99. It was like, oh, it's a band. It'll look cool. I don't fucking. It was a One Hot Minute, their worst album.
Yeah, I had that T-shirt too.
Clearance on heathered gray, like just the worst tee.
Mine was also on clearance, but it was black.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sported it, and I knew one song off the album. I just thought it was cool.
I like them all.
Exactly.
Their logo is just kind of neat.
They're just cool.
Yeah.
They're like doll-looking girl playing a piano or whatever.
I'm just saying, like.
Oh, the Red Cross.
Yeah.
It's just like 2 red crosses, and one of them's like, yoink.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then their name all the way around it. It's like, yeah.
Cool. It's like iconic, like the Black Flag logo or like something like that. Like you're gonna see that and know what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go on the record here, okay? Mm-hmm. I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
You're allowed to like the Sheep Peps.
Okay. Thanks.
You have my permission.
Thank you. Noted.
I
put that in the show notes. Yeah.
What's that?
I'm not saying I like their entire catalog, but they got some bangers, man.
Dude, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. If you're gonna tell me that album is bad, you're wrong.
It's a fun record.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Like, I got to see them live once, and it was fine. Like, it was on the Californication tour, which was cool. Like, there was like a bunch of like LED screens, and like it was like everything moved.
Did any of them take their shirts off?
Anthony Kiedis walked out with no shirt on.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
I mean, classic socks on cocks, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wish that would have been cool to see. Right.
Dude, when I was a kid, when they did that, my mind was blown, and I was thinking, before I was even doing anything with my dick, like jerking off and everything, I was like, how do they get it all in there? You know what I mean? Like,
they had 2-foot dicks?
No. I mean, without it like falling off.
Right.
That's true. How did they do that?
I'm guessing some adhesive spray.
Something.
Oh, God. You don't want to spray that on your nuts.
Just get in the shower and like soak, and it probably comes off.
yeah.
I'm talking from experience, dude. No. I like them.
Yeah.
I like Limp Bizkit.
Nothing wrong with
you do.
I do. I like them. I like them.
Okay, Rob, you're 38 years old now. You can and I'm not saying now you can admit it. Once you get older, you start like, fuck it. I like what I like. I don't give a shit. We listened to fucking Blues Traveler on the way here, and my mind goes, man, 9th grade me thought Blues Traveler was fucking lame.
Yeah.
And I held that in my head that Blues Traveler fucking sucks. But you listen to like, these dudes are fucking talented. Spin Doctors. Thought that was the lamest shit ever. Band is tight.
Their album is, dare I say, great.
Black Crowes. Great. These bands are really good. You just didn't give them a chance because you're fucking, it's not 3 chords and fast.
Right.
Dude, the only thing about the Black Crowes, though, because I like them too, until I found out that like all of their songs that I like are not Black Crow songs. I was like, dang it.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, you like Led Zeppelin.
I do.
They're one of those bands that like
A lot of their songs.
I'm going to fight you over your Led Zeppelin shit, dude.
it seems like Black Crowes are one of those bands that they got away with just playing as many covers as they wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, because they do them kind of in a Black Crowes style.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I wasn't aware of that for the longest time either. And I was like, what? A lot of these are actually covers.
I
but
mean,
they sound
theirs
like
are,
Black Crowes songs.
Yeah, totally. They picked like I feel like they didn't like pick anything. I feel like they were all friends, and they were like, let's start a band. But then they like covered songs, and then they were like, okay, let's just kind of do this. I mean, this is what we like, so let's just do like these songs. And I mean, like their covers of most of the songs that they do are better than the original because they fucking kill, dude.
I have a feeling they were part of like, I feel like there's a big college bar band thing in the early 90s where it was like,
I bet.
you were a cover band, but you did it really well. And at that time, they were just throwing money at bands like sign. I'm sure Black Crowes was one of those bands that were, you know, a bar band that did wicked covers and maybe had a few originals thrown sprinkled in the set.
Mm-hmm.
And an agent was like, we'll fucking sign you.
Yeah. Write 2 songs. I need 2.
I just put 2 on the record.
2 originals.
Yeah.
So this album's going to cost us quite a bit, but you guys are good. So fine.
Yeah.
You know,
But
because
they
you got to
won't.
pay somebody for those covers.
I've changed too, though. Like, I enjoy solace.
Mhm.
Like, I'm full time hanging out with people these days.
Yeah.
Between work, home life,
Full time.
full time, bro.
There's always
Full-
someone else.
I am full time chilling.
Seriously. But like, if I have to go run an errand, like I enjoy being by myself.
Mhm.
Like let's go back to the mall. Literally, let's go back to the mall.
All right.
Okay.
End of it.
All right, see you next week. Let's say I go to the mall. Let's say I'm looking for some shoes. Because if you know me, you know I'm a sneakerhead.
Sneaker geek.
I'm a sneaker nerd. But when I go look at sneakers, I like to go by myself because I can like take my time and like pour over every stitch and logo alignment and make sure there's no scuffs on the bags, you know?
And if you're like me, you walk through the store and like try to talk yourself out of buying it. Like, well, do I really? I don't know.
Mhm. And try them on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can make that decision for yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have a friend there going like, no, dude, get those, or I don't like
Right.
those, or whatever. And
Be
yeah,
true to yourself.
Yeah. I enjoy that shit. Like I like dining alone actually. Like cuz you're not like you're just there for the food.
Yeah.
And I used to go to lunch by myself at my old job. I would go to lunch by myself every day for 8 years.
Where would you go? Did you have like a certain place, or would you just hop around?
I just hop around. But I would find myself really enjoying that time to just kind of like look at my phone or like just enjoy the moment with the food and the
Yeah.
atmosphere and you know, whatever. I don't know. I just kind of enjoy that shit.
Well, like, was it last weekend? You and your lady, we met up at the Press,
Yeah.
which is that's my Saturday go-to spot. And I was like, well, I sit at the bar, and you're like, well, I want to get a table. Like, but it's my favorite way.
Right. Yeah.
It is like the best way to eat. If any restaurant has a bar top that you can eat at, I mean, a lot of places have a bar top, and they're like, don't fucking sit there. But if you can't sit there and like then you have a conversation with your bartender, waiter.
Okay. I agree with that if you're by yourself.
Yes.
But if you're at a table, if you have a table for three people at a bar is awkward because one person's the meat in the middle.
I'll give you one more. My wife and I went out for the Cursive show the other night, and before, like, let's have a nice little meal at Oso in the Paseo down there. And there's a little like horseshoe type bar you can sit at and get your food. And we were waiting. We're like, well, we really wanted to sit at the bar. 2 of us, you can sit together and talk. And there was this group who were waiting on a table, but they decided to take up the entire bar top by like, it was 2 girls sitting down. One dude had all of his shit on a chair and like kind of leaning over. Like, it was the weird, like, why would you crowd yourself over like at a bar, like a nightlife bar where it's busy?
Yeah.
I get that, but you're at a fucking restaurant.
Right.
You're just like crowded over the bar like you're about to do fucking Jaeger bombs or something.
Yeah. But you're eating burritos. Or,
Yeah, you're having nachos.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I don't know. I really enjoyed the Press, though. I wanted to bring that up last week, but, you know, we took a week off. My first time there. Big shout out to the Press. Dude, that shit was the bomb.
Yeah,
and I want to go
Got some
back.
Good food, man.
If you have not been there, listener, do yourself a goddamn favor and go. I think it's hands down the best new restaurant we have in town.
It was a nice little lunch or breakfast lunch.
Brunch.
Brunch. It was a brunch. It was a great little brunch.
Your lady and I, we both had mimosas. So.
Yep. Yeah, you guys are really throwing them back, that one mimosa.
That's all you really need.
Yeah.
Once you get that second one in, that's when shit goes downhill. That second mimosa is what leads to getting day drunk.
Ending up at the high-low and emerging like Jesus from the tomb, and your eyes are being burned by the rays of the sun.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going to the high-low right now.
No.
Like, I used to go all the time. That was like the spot. Like, now I don't know if I went on like some Friday night, it'd be like, I don't know anybody here, and this shit is fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you guys are out here being bananas.
Yeah, we you know, the high-low is the high-low. We've had a lot of times there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I just, you know, if I swung by, that's cool.
Yeah.
But like I don't go like, damn, I can't wait to clock out and go to the high-low.
Right.
No.
But I don't really think about anything like that.
No.
Except home.
The past 2 times I've ended up at the high-low, it's always been after a fucking Sunday brunch. You have that second mimosa, and you leave, and then you go down to the, you know, you look around, like, dig it. Maybe you run some errands, and then you're like, kind of want to do another beverage. Where do I go?
Right.
And then, you know, you hit up your friends, like, hey, let's go to
Dave & Buster's.
No, you go to the fucking, the pump bar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, cool. A nice beverage on a patio. That sounds nice. And you get one beverage in, and then someone's like, hey, so-and-so's at the high-low. So you just go to the fucking high-low. And you always say the same thing every time. All right, man, I'll do like a Happy Meal, and then we're going to go.
Yeah.
No. Dude, there's always... everybody in Oklahoma City somehow is like 2 steps away from knowing somebody that's at the high-low right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, at any time.
Like,
Yeah.
if you could bump into one other, like, party, and they have a friend that's at the high-low.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right.
And it's always
10 people are fucking going now.
Yeah.
Like,
It's always like, hey, so-and-so's at the high-low.
yeah.
I knew it. I knew
Yeah.
it.
I guess I'll go there. I guess I'll drop $20 in a fucking jukebox after I have 3 Happy Meals because I'm just buzzed enough to want to hear an Against Me record in its entirety.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss for words about the high-low. I don't know. Now I kind of want to go. Not right this second.
Right.
But like someday.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
there someday.
It's a fun place to play shows. You ever play a show at the high-low?
Yes.
That's
Oh, yeah. I had to
good.
think
Yeah,
about that for a second. Yes.
It's a fun little place. One of my
It's fun
favorite
and
places
weird.
to play
Yeah.
Yeah.
because the crowd is always super fucking into it.
Mm-hmm.
Pays really well.
Yeah.
Unless they're watching a Cubs game. That happened to me once. I was a real dick about it. It was really funny. I was
What was it,
drumming.
like a World Series or playoffs or something?
I don't know. I didn't watch, but I was like, who the fuck watches baseball in Oklahoma? And these 2 guys were like, fuck you. And I was like,
Wow.
all right, I'm just going to play music even louder, you dick. Like, I don't know.
So we got some response about our question we asked last episode.
We had a couple of questions. Well, we had okay. The Cardi B
we gotta
Nicki
address
Minaj,
it, man. We gotta address it.
It was Wildfire, and it was actually pretty close.
Actually, it wasn't.
Well,
How did it end up for you, Mr.
ended
Sir?
up
Do you have the new steps?
57% to 43.
Nope. That's
Oh.
an old screen cap, my friend.
Oh, you got a new one?
Oh, yeah. I got a highly updated one here. Let's see. Just go here.
Check
We're
it
gonna
out.
Go here. We're going to go here. Okay. Results are in.
Mm-hmm.
With 27 votes. We got Cardi B at 70%.
Damn.
And poor little Nikki at 30%. It was a good poll, in my opinion.
Great poll.
You know, you like one, you like both, you like neither. I should have put an option for neither.
Or name one better.
A write-in?
Write in your vote.
Just write it in. Yeah, that was a thing. It sparked a little controversy, little fun controversy.
Little ribbon.
Yeah. So we're gonna rate somebody else next, but
Sure.
you know,
Was anyone mad about it?
I don't know. You know,
No.
that's the thing with social media. You don't know if it's a joke. You don't know if it's half a joke. You don't know if it's stone cold serious. You know.
Or Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Well, you would know.
our
he's
second
been
question
stunned,
was, what would your WWE entrance music be?
Your what?
Your WWE entrance music be?
Okay.
We got some pretty good responses. Harold Story, former guest at the Tunes podcast.
Love that boy.
Tough as John Jacobs, Maylene and the Sons of Disaster. I'm not quite sure who that is.
Oh, Malians and the Sons of Disaster fucking rules. Me and Harold actually talked about them the other day.
Well, I'm sure it's great.
Their
Good
first
choice.
record. Their first record is good.
The 51st Street Speakeasy, Boys Home, says Shout of the Devil, The Crew,
It's a solid choice.
I like that.
Plus, it has that good intro, doesn't it? Go doom doom.
Yeah.
Doom, doom,
Yeah, that gets people off their feet.
Yeah.
You know, do a little crowd pumping. This one is, I like the answer to this one. At my body is my temple, borderline my Madonna for my super posy babyface persona, and a new level by Pantera when that posy shit gets the best of me and I turn monster heel.
I love it. He's got a plan.
He's got a plan. He's got his character built.
Yeah.
Hit him up, WWE.
Nick Cruz, 41, says Transvestite Can Be Cannibals too. Harley Poe. Good little tune. And then one of our first guests on the show, I think it was like 5th episode. Schofield Photos, Mike Schofield. Schofield. I pronounced it wrong again.
It's okay.
Iron Man. And then he says, shout out, how are you boys doing? How's Boys Podcast doing? Or Boys with a Z. Because that was a funny thing we used to do back in the day.
Gotcha.
A real callback.
Yeah, we had a lot of response on that WWE thing. I didn't realize that there's so much love for the professional wrestling.
Yeah.
It's huge, dude.
People love that shit.
Yeah.
Eat it up.
Or they used to.
Right.
It's like you don't, you know.
You
it's like-
either like it now or it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little bit of both.
It's like
Yeah.
a Nintendo, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You have to blow in it sometimes.
Yeah.
Slapping our game.
So I want to amend my walk-in music.
Yeah.
I believe I picked a Pantera song as well.
Yeah.
But I thought about it. I thought long and hard about it. I just racked my brain. And I'm started to develop my WWE character. And my entrance music would be Dr. Beat by Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine.
Okay.
And I would be Dr. Beat. I would have a really swollen, muscular right hand.
Like Popeye.
Like a real Popeye. A right-handed Popeye.
But more like intricate and like
ripped. Dude.
realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would come out and this would be my move.
The jerk off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your classic swing in the arm jerk off.
Yeah.
But my finisher would be the beat down.
Yeah.
And I would just beat the shit out of the person with my right hand.
Yeah.
Like, or maybe just one punch,
Mhm.
you know? And that song rules so hard.
You're a big Gloria Estefan fan. It would work too because it starts out with that do
Yeah.
like heartbeat.
Well, and it goes
thing,
paging Dr. Beat.
Yeah.
And that's when I come out and I'm in a doctor's outfit,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's a fucking winner.
That's a good
man.
winner,
So
man.
dope.
I think that works.
I mean, I think I talked about this last week or the week before. How cool would it be to be a professional wrestler? I mean, like, that'd be sick. All fake, but I mean, like, cool.
Yeah, but you're ripped.
Yeah.
You get to be around like hot chicks and hot dudes all day. So whichever way
And
you
it's-
swing, you're covered.
Relatively safe. Like you'll get somewhat injured, but you're not gonna. It's not like you're fighting MMA and like you're gonna break your fucking legs or something.
Yeah, you're not getting punched in the face until you bleed
Like-
over and over again.
I guess I didn't realize that Ronda Rousey joined WWE,
Yeah.
and then another what's her the girl that beat the shit out of her? She's joining WWE.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I was thinking about that. It's like the Joe Rogan thing was talking about like, well, is that like selling out or like why would you do like actual fighting, do this fake fighting? And my thought is, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
You're gonna get paid the same, maybe more.
Also,
She
like,
probably got a pretty sweet deal.
the fans of WWE are like fans for life.
For
you know?
life.
Like, you know, you lose like one or two matches in the MMA and it's like, adios, you suck.
Yeah.
You know?
And speaking of getting older, you can do that shit when you get old. Like you can't fucking fight MMA when you're 60 or 50.
50? Yeah, no way.
But
Hulk
fucking
Hogan's saggy titty ass was there for like
Still
till he was,
doing
like,
it. Is he still doing it?
65. Not now, but I mean, he had
I'm sure he'll come back and
reality
give him enough
TV
money.
show about it.
Well, like, how old's The Undertaker? That dude's old, right?
Yeah.
I think he's like 60 something.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, and it was one of those things too, where it, like towards the end of his career, because I don't think he's wrestling now, but it's not like he was wrestling all the time. They would always have him pop up like right before WrestleMania, and then he would like kick the fuck out of some people, and then he would win a WrestleMania match, and then he'd be like, all right, peace.
Yeah.
And then like that's it. That's what he did.
And at the time, you're thinking, oh, that dude's dark and mysterious as fuck. But now you're like, oh, it's because he's old and can't do a lot of fights. Like,
Yeah.
you'll do two.
Well,
You'll do
that's-
one where you'll beat someone at the end of their match, and then
Yeah.
you'll win WrestleMania.
The last time I saw him wrestle, I think was like last year, though. Last year, or the year before that. And when he showed up, I was like, dude, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Doesn't he just
And
do
then
like
he
moves where he just does
fucking-
clotheslines and shit like that?
Well,
Like-
see, that's the thing is he's like set himself up for success from the very beginning because that's all the shit he did before anyway.
Right.
Like, he wasn't like an agile dude. He had like the big boot. He would choke slam you,
right,
clothesline you, and do his.
But he's not doing like backflips off the turnbuckles.
But
and
he's
shit.
never done that.
Right.
No,
So-
all of his moves require lifting a limb.
Yeah,
Basically,
just
if you think
kicking
about
your
it.
ass.
Yeah.
Maybe the dude who is the character, the guy who plays Undertaker. That's his thought. Is like, I want to make this shit last as long as fucking possible. I'm gonna do the minimal amount. That way, when I get older, I can keep doing it, and I don't have to lose my magic.
Yeah.
I got my wrestling move.
Got it.
It's called the force field.
Okay.
You stand completely still, and the person just bounces off of thin air in front of you.
I like it.
I'm going to be the first wrestler that has never been touched.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be great.
that'd be great.
Why not? I mean, everyone knows it's kind of it's almost like superheroes in a ring.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
It's just a soap opera for dudes. That's all it is,
just
man.
good plain fun.
People just gotta like it. You can do whatever you want, just as long as people like it. Like,
Yeah.
There was a dude who he stole it essentially from Mick Foley, who had like Socko,
Oh
He
yeah.
was like that, but he had a longer sock that looked like a snake. And he would whip, 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 and then attack people with his fucking snake arm. And people were like, that's fucking great!
Yeah. It's the greatest thing I've ever
And then
seen.
everyone else is like, you got a sock on. And these people are scared of your sock hand.
Did Mick Foley ever come out and be like, "You stole that from me. I did that first"?
Probably not. Mick Foley seems like one of those dudes. That
Like a Rogan, Carlos Mencia kind of thing.
I didn't hear about that.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, Carlos Mencia stole jokes from Joe Rogan, right?
A lot of people, but yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, a lot of people. I remember when that kind of made headlines a few years ago, and
I remember liking him when I was younger.
Oh,
But
Mind of
I
Mencia
don't-
was terrible. Terrible show.
I don't.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually seen the show.
Might have been, wait.
It always
Was he
came on
the-
after Chappelle show. So
Was he the dude that was like really old, but he was actually young? Is that him?
No. That's you're thinking of a. God damn it! My brain just stopped.
I don't know.
We used to watch his YouTube shit all the time.
Chubby kid.
Andy Milonakis.
Andy Milonakis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andy Milonakis is great. He's got some really funny shit. But no, Carlos Mencia was a quote Hispanic comedian who created a character. His actual name is Ned something or other. But he created this persona and stole jokes from anybody he really opened for. But then you realize when you go down that rabbit hole, like a lot of comedians stole a lot of shit. Like apparently, Dane Cook stole some stuff.
Yeah.
But like Robin Williams is apparently notorious for stealing jokes, which is weird. I just figured I just do a bunch of blow and just talk gibberish.
Yeah. Well, everybody's got their influences.
Sure.
Everybody's got their influencers. I take my influence from Gallagher. I mean, from the way I dress to the way I style my mustache.
You know what's funny, Rob? When you dressed up as Gallagher that one year for Halloween, it was uncanny, the resemblance. And I'm saying that because Gallagher's not a young hot
Yeah.
Gallagher.
He was pretty attractive when he was younger, but he was bald still. And
But
had
he
his
kept
hair.
that
It's weird.
cabbie hat on all the time, so you
Yeah.
didn't know. I mean, you knew. Who else is going to wear a cabbie hat with your hair that long on the sides? You know what's going on down
Yeah.
there.
Do you think he lost the hair because of the hat? Did you ever hear that
Oh
growing
yeah,
up?
Yes.
yeah. You wear a hat and it makes you go bald.
And I think that's just
Hairspray and
parents-
hair gel too is another one. Don't do that. 'cause
These
it
are
makes
all
your hair bald.
parental ways of making you not wear a hat or
Yeah.
spike your hair.
Yeah.
But I could see it. I could see if you wore a hat every day for like 30 years, it might affect your
Well, the way the sun gets to it, and I guess.
the way it breathes, the way the
Breathe.
band
Sure,
goes
sure.
around.
But
A lot of factors.
my parents would say that about like spiking my hair up, like hair gel makes you go bald. I'm like, well, I'm sure in like the 1950s and 60s, the big style was putting fucking grease in your hair.
Yeah.
Is that why all you guys went bald? Because you
Burn.
put grease in your hair?
Yeah. Kind of like go ahead.
I'm sorry, real quick. Carlos Mencia looks like a Hispanic. Oh God.
Well, that's not even really what he looks like.
Well, he's skinny.
That's a young Mencia.
That's a young Mencia.
He looks like what's the guy who makes Family Guy?
Stelia.
Oh yeah, he does. Seth
MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a Hispanic Seth MacFarlane.
Definitely.
Okay, that's it for that.
And that's all
I just
for the
noticed
Carlos
that and I was like,
Mencia.
hold on.
So I injured myself recently.
That you did. How you feeling?
I'm surprisingly, it feels fine. It's one of those injuries where it's like you feel like a dick for not going to work for it, but I could like if that cut would have been anywhere else on my body, I could do anything.
Well, slow down here. Paint a picture for the listener.
So I wake up on Sunday morning. I'm gonna make myself some coffee. Gonna get my day started. I sleep in my undies.
No solo breakfast brunch this morning.
No. It was gonna be me and my wife. I'm gonna start coffee, and then maybe, we were gonna eat at home and do a little. Had a whole day plan of like making breakfast at home and just chilling all day. It's gonna be a nice day.
Yeah.
I woke up before she did. Get up to go make some coffee. I'm like, oh, the dogs need to be fed. Cool. Pick up this bowl, empty dog bowl. I put it on the counter to where I'm gonna put food in the bowl, and it falls. It hits the tile floor, and apparently a piece of this porcelain bowl just cuts right through my ankle bone, on the ankle bone. You know the little bump?
Yep.
And I didn't feel it. I mean, you hear the sound. I'm like, oh fuck! So I look down, making sure like I'm not gonna step in it, and it just red.
God,
fuck.
So
my brain automatically. Have you ever like cut yourself really bad? Or
yeah.
injure yourself really bad, and your body goes into like panic mode, like survival mode. I'm like, fuck, what do I do? Fuck. So I go grab a towel, like sop it up like a biscuit.
Oh,
dude, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what do I do? What the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? Okay, cool. And you get it clean, and you try to look at it, but you don't want to look at the wound to see how bad it is. And you notice that it's like, it's not just like a cut. It's like
a gash.
It's a gash.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's not good. That's not good.
Oh,
so you do anything. My wife was still asleep, so I'm like, I don't want to wake her up. I don't. She has these panty liners, Kotex like panty liners. I'm like, maybe that'll work. Having no idea how to work panty liners, they adhesive to it, the side that goes in the panties, the bandage part. So there's no way to stick it. I'm trying to figure out a way to. God damn it, what do I do?
And you're bleeding the whole time.
The whole fucking time. What am I doing?
I'm sure it looked way worse, like for your brain.
It's gross
because it's so close to the bone. There's that you bleed a lot,
and anytime you move it, it's just gonna reopen anything.
Yeah.
It fucking sucked. So not to say the night before, my wife went and hung out with some friends. They went to the emo night at Speakeasy, and apparently they went to the high-low, had a good old night. Needless to say, she wasn't feeling too hot.
Yeah.
So my wife's dealing with this like massive hangover, and then I'm like, my ankle is fucking wide open. Can you treat me, please? So she's like, oh, fine. And she cleans it off, and she goes to put a bandage on, and she's like, I'm going to fucking throw up. Like, it's that bad? She goes, it's pretty gross.
Did you make her puke?
And I'm hungover. I don't know if she puked, but she had to go lay down on the floor for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So we got it like bandaged up, covered up, and I'm in bed for like, literally, I was in bed from 9 o'clock Sunday morning till this morning when I woke up to go to work. Damn. Just staying off of it.
Keeping it elevated.
I looked up, I was like, all fucking day. Dude, when something like that happens, I don't know about anybody else, I get super paranoid, so I just research the fuck out of like wounds, lacerations, porcelain. Is that dangerous to get cut by that?
Can you get tetanus from porcelain?
Ankles is the on the bone though, and like has to be on it, like just super into the whole fucking thing. And it's fine. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't really hurt to walk on it. But if I move my ankle, that's why I'm always tippy-toeing, because if I move it, it's just susceptible to reopening and bleeding again. That I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
No. But while I was holed up. I found out about this local podcast these two lovely ladies do. They work at the for like the Mule and Press and Anchor Down, those places respectively. It's called Whatsis Podcast, WHATSIS. Two local gals. They actually told me, because I hit them up, they started the podcast because they love our show and were inspired to do their own show. I'm like, that is fucking awesome.
That's great.
So I put it out there, and they have the way they do it is they have a timer, 20 minutes, and they start a timer. They'll pull a topic out of a metaphorical hat,
right?
And they have 20 minutes, and they'll just talk about it for 20 minutes.
It's a good idea.
It's a cool little show. You should check it out.
Might have to steal it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So if you catch my drift, dude. So are we influencers?
I guess we are influencers.
We
yeah.
get the check mark now.
Yes.
We better get that goddamn check mark.
We're going
on.
to the Fire Festival.
Oh,
It's going to be great.
Right.
I can't wait.
it's gonna be dope.
How did that blow up? Like how?
Did you not watch the documentary?
I did, but my thing is, why were 2 documentaries made about something that happened a year ago? Like we all knew what happened.
It takes a
I
while.
had no idea.
It takes a while to make a documentary.
But I'm saying is, this all happened on social media. We watched it happen.
Oh, right. Okay. So we
Live.
watched the documentary
Unfold.
in real time.
Right.
That's just life.
It was live.
Fucking
But my thing is,
genius.
not to be on that dude, but how does that dude fool you multiple times?
It's easy. You hire some influencers.
We could be hired
But okay,
to do that.
Now?
He started out doing a credit card company that was just hey, it's a credit card, but it looks cooler. That's your whole thing, dude?
Well, it's a clout thing, man. Like you have that Amex card. You have that Amex Black or whatever they call it. And
Where it's like 3 inches thick or whatever.
yeah, and you're just like, I got this.
Every time somebody hands me one of those at a restaurant, I'm like, this person fucking balls.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Yeah.
it's just metal.
Yeah,
Like, dude, if you
if it
sharpen
sounds
the
like
edges
this,
of this,
if you drop this on the table, and that's what your card sounds like,
yeah,
like this guy's got some
Yeah.
cash.
you can sharpen it, and now it's a weapon. Now
Yeah.
you have a knife.
Oh yeah, you can slice someone's fucking throat open or their ankle.
you could slice their ankle. They fall, they collapse, and then you can swipe that bitch right after that.
So he does that, and you said it's all clout.
Yeah.
He does Fire Festival, which is all based on clout. You want to do this thing. What I liked in the documentary was the guy was like, there were 2 fire festivals. There was the Fire Festival hyping it up, where they actually went to the island and did all the photo shoots and video and shit, which sounded like a fucking great goddamn time.
Yeah, I saw the doc, man. I wouldn't have mind being around.
No, I would have gone, but I wouldn't have spent thousands of dollars to
No.
go. Our boys Blink 182 pulled out. Smart thinking.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But on my ankle thing, I am not to totally just derail subjects. I want to bring this up. I'm extremely what's the word? Clumsy. I feel like I injure myself on the average maybe 7 times a year
Yeah.
in some way.
Ooh.
I cut this ankle. I cut my finger open, and it was the same kind of really bad gash just from trying to cut a fruit or something. Broken my arm more times than I can count. You know what I mean? Like, you just do dumb things.
Yeah.
I fell down some stairs. Like, I'm an idiot. And I don't know.
Isolate that.
I don't know how to fix that. How do you fix being just clumsy?
You like don't. Can you?
I mean, just try and make a point to be more observant, I guess. Really? I mean, because, like, I've never fallen downstairs.
You've never fallen downstairs? Have you ever been blackout drunk?
Yeah, okay, so then I don't know.
You may have fallen down some
I
stairs.
was blackout 2 weeks ago. It
I
was the
twisted my ankle at a bar on my sister's birthday party because they were missing their bottom step.
Oh, well, that's not on you. That sucks.
But that's one time. That's the same ankle. I
Yeah.
feel like the left side of my body is not good. I fucked this ankle up several times. This arm's been broken like 10 times. What the fuck is going on with the left side of my body?
Well, if it makes you feel any better, and I think maybe I've talked about this on the show before, but I sprained both of my ankles at the same time once.
How'd you do that? Kicking somebody's ass?
Yes.
What, you Liu Kang? What are you doing? Like flying through the air?
That's not what he says. Scream! Oh, someone should do that to hack the game.
Yeah. Well, I was in middle school, and we were at a just like a field trip that sucked. I hated it.
Where is it to? Where are you going?
It's like, so now this is gonna sound bad, but it was like George Washington Carver's like museum thing.
Oh, I think
Which
it's
is
like George
really-
Carver's peanut machine.
No, I mean, no.
Is that the guy who did the peanut?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
'cause
did the peanut.
He did the peanut. But my middle school was Carver Middle School, so we went there and like learned all this stuff. It was just boring, it was boring. So I'm really excited to leave. So I see, I see the school buses, and I start running, sprinting. But what I didn't know is all the trees around me were crabapple trees, and they had dropped the fruit and
Crabapple, but
Whatever. Either way, I was running as fast as I could, and I stepped on one with my right foot. So my foot just went yoink.
Yeah.
So I start running on the side of my foot. But like with one step, I step on one apple on my right. And then the very next step, my left foot steps on another one. But I'm at full sprint mode.
You were in like a Three Stooges skit.
Yeah, just by myself.
Pretty much, yeah.
No one was around to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at full sprint running on the sides of my feet, literally until like I couldn't stop myself because I didn't have any traction because I was on the side of my feet. And then I would fall. I just like eat shit, right? And then I get on the bus.
Hey, but you're out of that fucking museum, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
But I get on the bus and I'm just like, oh, no one saw it. Cool. Like I walked into the school bus and no one was like, heh. So I was good, right? Then about 15 minutes later, my ankles start to hurt a little bit. I was like, well, you know, obviously it's going to hurt a little bit.
Sure.
15 minutes after that, I am full cry mode.
Yeah. Just
I'm
throbbing and
I'm
still on the
pain.
bus?
Dude, oh yeah. We got about an hour to get back to school. And I'm just weeping openly in front of everyone in the school
And they have
bus.
no idea why.
Well, I start just telling people,
Mhm.
you know. So yeah, I went to the doctor like the next day. He was like, well, I don't know how you did it, but you sprained both your ankles at the same time.
That's intense, dude.
We were on like
Yeah.
crutches and shit for a while?
No, I was told to stay off my feet as much as I could, and I was given these exercises to do, which was picking up marbles with my toes and
Did you go to some like
crunching up
Eastern holistic medicine?
Well,
Monkey
actually,
doctor?
Right.
well, now I can't say anything because that sounds really mean for what I was going to say.
Oh.
But no, I mean, so I had to pick up, you know, marbles with my toes and like crunch up a.
Did he make you wax his car
No,
or paint his fence?
No.
Okay, just making sure you weren't
Mr. Miyagi. Yeah,
scenario.
Dr.
No.
Miyagi.
that would have been cool. I learned how to fight, but not with my hands, just with my bare feet.
Ooh.
That'd be cool. Wax on, wax off.
I hurt myself really bad, speaking of cutting yourself, which I think cutting yourself is the worst kind of hurt
It
yourself.
hurts.
Yeah.
Like I've like hit my hip on a car door or like a doorknob or like, stub your toe or something like that. But when you cut yourself, dude, that's like, cause it's not, you don't just sit down. You're like, I got to fix this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We were, my good friend Wes and I, many years ago, we were hanging out at his apartments down in Norman, right by the university. And
Oh, the Commons.
these college girls came over. All right. We had a couple of college girls stop by.
And you were college age, so it's
Yeah, I was 32, but no, I was like 20 something.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were trying to impress them, and we were doing the thing where you fill an empty beer bottle with water up to the label, the top label. You hold the beer bottle in your hand, like you grab the neck of the bottle, like you're strangling it, and then you take your other hand and you hit the top of the bottle.
Yeah.
What that does is creates pressure in the bottle, and it blows the bottom of the bottle out. Do not try this at home. So we're doing this.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's crazy. It's some weird physics thing.
Yeah.
And we were doing it over a trash can outside, and it was like, oh, that's really cool. So we do it. I probably do it like 5 times. We do it every time we finish a beer,
Yeah.
right?
That's cool.
The 6th time, and Wes is doing it too. Wes and I do it we have this great idea to do it at the same time. So we both get our bottles ready. We both grab our bottles. We both, stand over the trash can, and we're like, all right, 1, 2, 3. We both hit him at the same time, and both of the bottles completely shatter in our hands. I cut my ring finger from the bed of the fingernail up to about halfway past the first knuckle. So it was probably about an inch cut, but it was deep.
Yeah.
I mean, it was literally shooting the glass across my finger.
What'd you do?
I just taped it up. Wes, though, cut the backside of his pinky from, again, the bed of the nail all the way up past the second knuckle. And I kid you not, it was hanging open like a tailgate of a truck.
Dude.
Deep.
Damn.
And he started bleeding like crazy. I was bleeding a little bit, but mine wasn't as bad. His was bleeding so bad. We were like wasted, and we were like, dude, should you go to the hospital? Should you go to the hospital? And he was like, no, I'm fine, man. It's fine. It's not that bad, see? And then he'd open it up like a fucking finger coffin. It was so deep.
Alcohol's a blood thinner. That's not. Yeah.
Exactly. You're bleeding out, man.
Yeah.
So he decides, he didn't have any Band-Aids. So he used a piece of toilet paper and some duct tape.
Oh, fuck.
Dude.
Taped it up, as you would do.
Yeah.
The next day, we worked at the same job, so I see him at work the next day. And, no hangover because we're young. We spring out of bed in the morning. And he takes the Band-Aid off, and dude, his skin was like gray and purple.
Yeah, it's infected, bro.
Or dead, necrotic. And I was like, dude, you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I think it's fine. Look, it's already healing up. And yeah, he never went to the hospital, but it was weird that we were doing this all night and we both hurt ourselves at the exact same time.
Fate. I don't know.
And dude, but that hurt so bad. And we were wasted and it still hurt bad.
Those girls were witches, and they were just like, we're done with this.
They're like, on the 6th, he shall hurt himself, It was weird. They were sitting around in a circle.
There's some sort of a star.
They had like paint on their face, but it was red, like blood.
They had this like book that I couldn't really...
They did have witch hats on.
Oh!
Like your classic Halloween witch hat.
Yeah.
Oh, so you thought they may have been like pilgrims or something.
Or they just came from like a festival.
Yeah.
Sure.
Coachella.
Normally that's a dead giveaway, Robbie. If you see any woman with that, or man, they could be a witch.
Well,
Hindsight's
men are
20/20.
warlocks.
That's
Women are...
That's not necessarily the case.
I don't know. Regardless, getting cut sucks.
Oh, yeah.
What's the worst you ever cut yourself? That would be my worst for sure. I mean, I've had like scarier looking cuts, but that one just hurt and it bled like crazy.
Yeah.
And you're freaking out because you're drunk and you don't want to call an ambulance or you don't want to
You're
drive.
drunk.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I think probably the worst cut I ever had, well, I cut the tip of my finger off once when I was working. So like I had to take care of it like then and there because it was like in the middle of the rush. And so, yeah, I cut the tip of one of my fingers off. It bled like a bitch, and I just like held it above my head and until it like slowed down the bleeding, and then I wrapped it essentially in fucking Band-Aids, and then I took one of those one of the gloves for working in a kitchen, and I like cut the fingers out of 2 of them and put it on top, and then I put a glove back on because I like to cook and I don't like it to bleed in people's I took like every precaution that I could. That's probably the worst cut, but there's only been one time that I've needed like stitches, and like this is probably the worst injury I've ever had. I bust my head open with a it was like when I was working with box trucks, and there was like the locks that are like these big metal poles that you can put up in the box truck and lock it in there. One of them, I was standing on the ground. Our box truck was probably chest high up, like where all the cargo would be, and a pole fell, like it was completely like vertical, fell all the way down, hit me in the head so hard that it split my head open.
Oh.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's a life ender.
Yeah.
Like you're teetering on the edge there.
Yeah, and I didn't pass out. I just like, it hit me and I was like, oh, like I felt like I didn't collapse, but I like fell to my knees essentially. And I was like, God damn, that hurt. And then I put my head on my hand and I couldn't really feel anything because it was just completely numb. And like I walk into her office.
Blood, obviously.
Well, I didn't even feel that. I just put my hand over it, assuming that I was bleeding, but it was numb, so I couldn't feel the cut or anything. And so I walk into the office, and like the receptionist is like, holy fuck, what happened to you? And yeah, I remove my hand, and it's just like completely covered in blood.
Ugh.
Yeah,
This
was
is
nuts.
at work?
Mhm.
Workman's comp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
didn't have to pay for it. I had to
Yeah.
get staples in my head. Didn't pay for anything. It was great.
Your ankle, is that the worst cut?
No. I think the worst cut was the one I spoke of earlier. Now that I'm remembering the story, I don't want to say marijuana is to blame, but I was very
High.
high. And I don't even fucking remember what I was actually cutting, but I had and it was a serrated blade. I'm cutting, and it goes from like the nail, the bed of the nail, sideways down to the first knuckle. And I didn't even, no, I remember what it was. I'm a fucking stoner trying to open a frozen bag of tater tots.
Oh, that's the highest thing I've
You
ever
cut yourself
heard.
on the plastic?
No.
Oh, with
I'm
the
trying
knife.
to open.
Okay.
I'm trying to open the bag of tater tots, and it goes, and it just like with a cut, you don't feel the pain of the cut.
Yeah.
Your brain interprets the pain when you see the blood.
Yeah.
And it looks like a fucking bad SNL sketch. Just like squirting fucking everywhere. I'm just like, oh! And I'm in an apartment, and my wife's like, dude, come on. She was my girlfriend at the time. She's like, what? Stop yelling. I'm like, oh, look at the blood. It's everywhere. So wrap it up.
She's just covered in blood like Carrie.
Yeah.
What?
It's fine.
Yeah.
You rinse it out, and which that fucking hurts like a bitch. You look at it, and it looks like just a little tiny pussy just on my finger.
Yeah.
And then I gotta just wrap it in gauze, and like, it'll be fine. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm stoned, and I'm super paranoid that my finger's gonna fall off.
Yeah.
And it was because it was fucking so deep, almost to the bone.
Oh, I do remember one other time. I was about a week old, and this doctor laid me out on a table, and he cut me, and then he gave it a little kiss when he was done.
Talking about your dick?
We'll see you next week.